A millionaire pretended to be poor to find a good wife. But his ex came back. What would you do if the man you once rejected came back richer than ever and engaged to someone you thought was beneath you? And what if the woman he chose was once the waitress you ignored? This is the story of Daniel Whitmore, a millionaire who pretended to be poor to find a good wife. But when he finally found her, his past came back to destroy everything. The man who was used. Daniel Whitmore had everything. Luxury cars, investments across 3 countries, a company valued in the millions. But the one thing he didn't have was trust. His last relationship with Vanessa Carter ended brutally. Vanessa loved expensive dinners, designer bags, VIP events, and luxury life. But when Daniel overheard her say, "I would never date him if he was broke," something inside him died. So Daniel made a decision. He would disappear. For 1 month, he would live like a poor man. And if someone loved him then, that love would be real. The girl who saw him. That's when he met Sofia, a waitress at a small cafe. She wasn't glamorous. She wasn't flashy. But she had something rare. Genialness. When Daniel couldn't pay for his food, she covered it quietly. When her boss insulted him, she defended him. When he said he might leave town, she looked heartbroken. Not because he had money, but because she would miss him. And Daniel fell in love. The reveal. When Daniel finally revealed the truth, Sofia was hurt. "You lied to me." He admitted everything. "I was afraid no one would love me without my money." She needed time. But when she discovered he had secretly paid her mother's medical bills, without telling her, her heart softened. They agreed to start fresh. No lies, tests, just honesty. And soon, they were officially together. He decided to engage her. 6 months later, Daniel proposed. Not with cameras, not with a big audience. Just the 2 of them in the bakery they were building together. She said yes. News spread quickly. Because Daniel Whitmore was not just any man. He was well known in business circles. And that's when Vanessa saw the engagement announcement online. Her heart dropped. Der Guy's returns. Vanessa couldn't believe it. A waitress. He's marrying a waitress. Her pride burned. She immediately called him. Daniel didn't answer. So she showed up at his company, dressed perfectly, confident smile. She walked into his office like she still belonged there. "Well, congratulations," she said softly. Daniel remained calm. "Thank you." She looked at the engagement ring photo on his desk. "You're really going to marry her?" Daniel's tone hardened. "Yes." Vanessa leaned closer. "You're making a mistake." Vanessa wasn't done. If she couldn't have Daniel, she would destroy his relationship. So she visited Sofia's bakery one afternoon. Alone. Sweet smile. Fakey kindness. "You must be Sofia," Vanessa said. Sofia nodded politely. "And you are?" "Oh, I'm Daniel's ex." The room suddenly felt smaller. Vanessa continued gently. "Did he tell you how serious we were?" Sofia stayed quiet. "We almost got engaged," Vanessa lied smoothly. He only left because we had a temporary disagreement. That was not true. But jealousy is powerful. Vanessa added one final sentence before leaving. Men like Daniel don't marry girls like you. They get bored. And she walked away. Insecurity grows. That night, Sofia couldn't sleep. What if she was right? Daniel came from wealth, from influence, from a world she didn't belong to. She looked at her simple clothes, her modest life. Maybe she didn't fit. When Daniel noticed her distance, he asked, "What's wrong?" "Nothing," she lied. But doubt had entered her heart. And Vanessa knew exactly what she was doing. The public humiliation. Vanessa's next move was cruel. She organized a high-profile charity gala and invited Daniel, knowing media would be there. She also made sure Sofia was invited. Sofia had never attended such an event. Luxury dresses, diamonds everywhere, whispers, judging eyes. Vanessa approached them dramatically. "Sofia, I didn't expect you to come. Fake Yusraz." Then she whispered loudly enough for others to hear. These events can be overwhelming if you're not used to them. People started murmuring. Sofia felt humiliated. Daniel saw it, and something inside him snapped. Daniel chooses. Vanessa touched Daniel's arm. "Dance with me, like old times." The room watched. This was the moment. Daniel removed her hand slowly. No. Silence filled the ballroom. He turned to Sofia instead and said clearly, "She is my future, not my past." Gasps echoed. Vanessa's smile vanished. Daniel continued, "You didn't lose me because of a disagreement. You lost me because you loved my money more than me." The room went completely silent. Vanessa's pride shattered. She laughed in humiliation. The final attempt. But Vanessa wasn't finished. Out of desperation, she leaked a rumor online. Sofia trapped Daniel for his money. Social media exploded. Cruel comments, hurtful accusations. Sofia cried for the first time since their engagement. "I don't want to ruin your reputation." Daniel held her face gently. "You are not ruining anything." The next morning, Daniel held a press conference. Publicly, I was the one who pursued Sofia. I was the one who pretended to be poor. She loved me when I had nothing. That is who I am." The story flipped instantly. The public admired her. Vanessa's manipulation backfired. The karma. Weeks later, news spread quietly. Vanessa had invested in a risky venture. It failed. Many of her friends disappeared. The same way she disappeared when Daniel pretended to be poor. She tried calling him again. This time, he answered, not with anger, but peace. "I hope you find someone who loves you for you," he said calmly. And he hung up the phone. That was the final goodbye. The wedding. The wedding was not extravagant. It wasn't about status. It was held near the small cafe where they first met. Even the cafe owner attended. Sofia wore a simple, elegant dress. Daniel looked at her like she was priceless. Because to him, she was. When the vows came, Daniel said, "I once Pretended to be poor to find a good wife. But the truth is, I was the one who was poor. Sofia smiled through tears. Poor in trust. And you made me rich. 1 year later, the bakery was thriving. Daniel still ran his company, but he came home early every evening. And sometimes, when they closed the bakery, Sofia would tease him. So, was your experiment successful? He would smile. I didn't find a good wife because I was pretending. I found her because she was always good. Finally morau. Jealousy can scream. Manipulation can lie. But character always reveals the truth. Money can test people, but love proves them. The end of the lovely story of true love. If you know you enjoy this story, please kindly subscribe, like, and drop a place you are watching from and share to your friends to watch too, because the story to change some thinking of most ladies out there too.